Okay, today we are going to learn how to use BandLab Education, an awesome classroom-oriented digital audio workstation similar to GarageBand, in which we can create music by using loops or actually playing in original melodies and bass lines and drum beats with our MIDI keyboard. For this project, we are going to be doing projects 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll start with the first one here, in which we learn just the basics of what I call musical Legos, right? So basically these loops, we're going to be putting them together. They're going to be pre-recorded. We're going to drop them into place. Very easy, and a lot of great choices with BandLab. They're always updating their packs. Really like them a lot. So hopefully by this point you've already created your account. If not, go back into this assignment right here and follow along those directions. There are hyperlinks for BandLab Education. As a reminder, we are in BandLab Education, which is a walled classroom like Google Classroom, unlike BandLab by itself. BandLab is a standalone thing. We are using, again, BandLab Education. So if you're going to search, like do a Google search for that, make sure you always search BandLab Education. There's also a video on that as well too. So let's go ahead and open up project 1 here. We do have our written directions, our video directions here, and also some definitions just to kind of clarify what some of these new words, new vocabulary we'll be learning inside of BandLab Education mean. So following along with our directions, may I suggest that you always highlight whatever direction you're on so you don't lose your place. And this is actually, we're going to start right here. Once we've been added to a class, we're going to go to My Library. So let's go ahead and jump over to My Library. When we click on it, it's right up there. And this is where we are, My Library. Now, if you're creating a new project, which we are, you're going to click on Mix Editor. After you save this project, you're going to go back and you will see your saved projects here. If you were to open up that one, you would click on the 3 dots here and choose Open in Mix Editor. So today we're going to start with Mix Editor because we're starting a new track. A lot of options here. We're going to choose Browse Loops. And again, loops are those musical Legos, right? Our 3 loop options are Vibes, Packs, and Loops. I'm going to suggest loops, packs, sorry, because they are a collective from different producers or within a particular genre. And as you can see, there are literally hundreds. They're putting usually 3, 4, 5 new packs a week, which is just awesome, cutting edge. Love it, and it's free and it's web-based, and this is available on any platform, which is just amazing. So you can look for a particular genre if you want, characteristics, or you can search too. So a lot of my students like lo-fi, short for low fidelity, right? And then you can just kind of see which one looks interesting to you. A lot of people like the this one. We're just getting a feel here for these. And if you like that, go ahead and click into the pack. Now going back to our directions here, we're going to read and see that we're looking for 4 different types of instruments or parts of a song, essentially, right? These are the musical Legos I keep talking about. The first one we'll be looking for is bass, which is a single note being played or a single pitch being played, and it's generally mid to low pitched. Very similar to the melody, number 3 here, which is a mid or high pitch single pitch instrument. Then we have the harmony, which is going to be 2 or more notes being played together, strummed like a guitar chord or a piano chord. And lastly, non-pitched instruments, which is percussion or drums, or like a drum beat or congas or something like that. So super important to understand that we have to find 4 different parts to really make this sound like a song. So here we see over on this side we have our instruments are listed here. These are bass instruments, so we could start with that bass. We don't have to start in a particular order, it doesn't really matter, but it's here, and we notice that they're numbered. This is very important for project 2, in which we'll find a new bass line and essentially starting to create a second section of the song. This first section is called the chorus or the intro, and the second section will work in project 2 is the verse. So let's listen to these by clicking play. So let's say I like number 3. To add it to our play area right here, we will double click it. And now it's over here. You can see the title here. Which is great. Now you can see we have this area up here. You can click there, or right here you can turn it on. This is called our cycle. The cycle will loop it over and over again. You can adjust the length of the cycle, and so it just keeps playing over and over again. You can start and stop it with your space bar, and you could take it back to the beginning or bar 1 right here by hitting return or enter. So the name of the pack and the instrument and the numbers right here, and I'd like to go ahead and change this right here. Let's change this just to bass, because this takes care of the bass. We're good with that. Now we're going to find a drum beat. So scroll down. There are 20 bass lines for this particular pack. Lots of great options. Let's listen to drums. Cool. Let's say I like that one. Double click it. Now at this point, we may need to start adjusting. I think the drums are a little loud, so I just clicked right there on the volume and I brought it down to negative 1.3 decibels. You can adjust them a little bit, but don't go more than -3 or more than +3, because we could start doing what's called clipping or peaking right in this little line right here. You see when I play it, we may have to change the size, but usually this is a colored line right here, and this is called our master volume. If you're seeing a lot of red in here, or kind of a lot of red, we want to make sure we turn our volume levels down here so that our overall master volume doesn't distort and sound, like I said, distorted, or what we call clipping. Well, we're going to go and change the title of this one. Drums or percussion is fine. What are we missing? We're still looking for melody and also a excuse me, a harmony part. Let's listen to this guitar. Now I said in the directions that we also have, or in the beginning of the video I should say, we have this Google Doc that I've created that's all definitions of what we're talking about here. So what is a melody? What is a bass line? What are drums? And then we see these different names for instruments inside these packs, and we don't know what they mean. Well, what does strings mean? Well, it could be a violin or a double bass, and these instruments can play a melody, a bass line, or harmony. So this will kind of help with the confusion of what is an 808, or what does perc mean, or what does ARP mean, right? So this one is pretty clear. We know what a guitar is. We'll listen to this. And we can clearly hear that's more than one note being strummed simultaneously. That's definitely harmony. Let's say we like this one, so we'll go and double click on that one. And there's that, right? So now we have harmony. This will make it a lot easier when you add your next track to know exactly where to put the next ones over here for project 2 or the verse. What are we missing? Bass, drums, harmony. That's right. The next thing we need is melody. So maybe these horns will be a good melody. That's all right. Double click it. And this again would be our what? Melody. Okay, let's say we're loving that one. Let's go ahead and save it properly. We're going to do like every project. Last name, first name, project name, which is project 1, and click save in the upper right hand corner. It's saved. Now we need to export it onto our desktop. The reason we need to do that is because we have to then upload it to this Google Classroom assignment. So let's go and click File, Download, Mixdown As. Now it's going to create a mixdown right here. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time because it will basically take these 4 individual tracks and compress them into one individual track. And it's going to give us some quality, audio quality options. I think high quality MP3 is fine. It's good quality and we can hear it without being a lot of memory being taken up. The mix down, I've noticed, has been taking quite a while, so if our server is kind of busy, that may be an issue, so just a little bit of patience. Sometimes it does also glitch a little bit, and nothing will happen. So it'll say download, you get through this, it exports the revision, and then you don't see anything downloaded. So unfortunately, at that point, you will need to do it again, and then hopefully it will work that second time. Okay, we can see now that it's downloaded into the bottom left-hand corner here. Now this is for our Apple computers here at school. But if you're doing this on your Chromebook, it'll be saved to either your recents or to your files. So at that point, that's what you would connect it to when you upload it to Google Classroom. So you're here on campus with our Mac computers. Move over our window. We're going to drag and drop it to our desktop right there. We'll go back into Google Classroom, open up the assignment. We'll go in here, no work attached, so we're going to go ahead and click, looks like maybe I've already, here we go, add or create. We're going to look for file. Now we can drag it in, that's fine, drag and drop would work. You can also go to recent. Another way you can go is through browse is fine too. And we want to make sure we're looking on the desktop because that's where we export it to, right? And there it is right there, right at the top, or you can always search it as well too. You click open, it's going to upload it, wait for it, and then turn in. That's how we do BandLab Project 1.